Also developing right now, the White House firing hundreds of Federal Aviation Administration employees.
And many of them right here in Oklahoma. News 4's Spencer Humphrey talked to one who says their life has been absolutely upended.
We've been hearing from folks who used to now work here at the FAA in Oklahoma City who say they want to make clear they're not these bureaucrats who work in some fancy D.C. office. No, they say they're your friends, they're your neighbors who now have no source of income. An eerily quiet Monday at the Mike Monroney Aeronautical Center in Oklahoma City. It's closed for President's Day. The place is deserted, a perfect visual representation of the emptiness plaguing this former FAA employee's heart.
We're all just, I think, in shock and just taking it in.
It was 10:35 on Friday night when this employee got a message.
I got an email sent to my personal email letting me know that my employment was terminated.
As this employee would come to find out, they were one of hundreds of FAA employees still working under their probationary period, who the federal government decided were no longer needed. It came just as this employee was preparing to return to in-person work following an executive order from President Trump.
I was actually just shopping for clothes to go back into the office. I had childcare set up for that reason, and then it was, actually, you don't need to go into the office because you no longer have a job.
Beyond the absolute disbelief that comes from being fired over email late at night on a Friday, something particular that email said stuck out to this former employee.
It was due to performance, which was the most shocking part about it.
Shocking because this employee had not even been employed long enough to have any sort of performance evaluation done. As far as this employee and their manager knew, they were doing an excellent job.
But I had gotten nothing but positive feedback.
The president of the union representing FAA employees telling NBC News the firings are a hastily made decision that'll put more work on a workforce already stretched thin.
You have to do it in a thoughtful way. You can't introduce risk into the national airspace system. There's no way you can ever just take a shot at it and go, let's try this.
The federal layoffs coming by order of President Trump's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, helmed by billionaire Elon Musk.
We do need to delete entire agencies.
Trump applauding the layoffs over the weekend.
This country has made more progress in the last 3 weeks than it's made in the last 4 years.
And I see family and friends that are sharing basically applauding what's going on, and they're happy about this.
And that may be what's hardest for this former employee.
Many of us took these positions accepting lower salaries than we probably could have if we had gone in the private sector.
All the rhetoric, the armchair quarterbacking.
This narrative that federal employees are just wasteful or lazy, it couldn't be further from the truth. My colleagues and I work very hard to serve our communities and uphold our agency's missions.
The feeling is hard to put into words.
I never knew that there was this outlook on federal employees that were these evil, lazy people that don't work hard or care about what we do.
That feeling, the one that comes when your own neighbors take glee in seeing you down.
I would just ask that you would, look at us as regular people. We're not faceless bureaucrats. We're your neighbors, friends, and family members who, we chose public service because we believe in the mission.
With President's Day being a federal holiday, we've been unable to get in touch with the FAA to get any questions answered. However, NBC News has also been attempting to reach out to the FAA over the past few days. They say they also have not heard back. In Oklahoma City, Spencer Humphrey, Oklahoma's News 4.
All right, Spencer, we know you'll follow all of this.